Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This time with some Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger. We have Benja running this one, as well as some commentary going to be happening. So I'm going to pass it over to you folks. Whenever you're ready, take it away. Give us that 3, 2, 1 countdown, and best of luck on the run.
Okay, hello everyone. Benja here, and for my commentary mic. All the time, my supreme commentary hero for every single Gunvolt or integrated game. So what's going, man?
Hi. How you doing, Benja? How's it going, everyone?
So we're gonna start immediately, but make sure before it started, this is hard mode. This is the most difficult category in this game. We're gonna do different stuff than the usual. We're not gonna have the healing skill, so keep in mind that this is more difficult than the usual. So we're gonna do the countdown. So 3, 2, 1, go.
So, hard mode with Gunvolt 2, or Luminous Avenger X2 rather. The main things to note are that all of the upgrades and additional abilities are disabled, and there's also you also start the game with 2 lives. Normally there isn't a live system in this series, but for the hard mode of this particular game, they decided to add them back. So it really adds to the. It really adds some pressure to trying to get through the stages. It is, and on top of that, all of the enemies and the bosses in particular have more aggressive and complex patterns, and yeah, it's a big spike. If you're not familiar with Gunvolt, this is an offshoot of a series called Azure Strike at Gunvolt. It's a spiritual successor to the Mega Man games that Inti Creates made for Capcom, and the main thing to note here is that rather than your jump and shoot or hack and slash mechanics of like Mega Man X, you can see that there is a counter ticking up on the left hand side. That's the kudos meter, and it's similar to something along the lines of the style meter from the Devil May Cry games. The higher it goes, the higher your score bonus, which contributes to your rank at the end of the mission. But if you take a hit, it gets reset. Now, unlike in the previous games, Copen's playstyle is known for for having a lot of free flying. He's able to air dash all over the place multiple times, and every time he hits a wall or an enemy, he gets one of those dashes back. So he was a real high flying style. But in this game, they decided to they've made him start out as a more grounded character. So he has a tackle. He has only 1 air dash before he has to land, and instead of a gun weapon, he has a sword type weapon in the form of a circular saw. And what happens is, by doing sword combos and getting points bonuses from enemies, once your kudos meter hits 1,000, you then enter the overdrive state where you have unlimited air dashes, and he plays more like he did in the previous games. It's a bit of a divisive gameplay change, but it's also it's not something that we're going to be worried about too much here, because as you can see, Benja is pretty much just running through the stage. Gunvolt speedruns can go one of 2 ways depending on the game. Either you run through the stage and we get to see the boss fights in full, or you take our time in the stages building up kudos for a massive damage bonus, and then we one-shot the boss when we get to him. So this is going to be one of the more runs that's heavier on bosses and lighter on stages. Now, Benja's managing to kill things still pretty quickly, despite being early on in the game. He hasn't unlocked any of the special weapons yet. There's a thing to know: when he locks onto an enemy and he's firing these razor discs that that home in on the enemy, he gets a lot. Typically, you can just hold the button and you'll get a steady stream of shots. But what Benja's doing is he is mashing and getting significantly more damage, which is making these fights go a lot faster. Which is why there's a stipulation in the category of this run for no turbo, because Benja's doing all this with his hands, believe it or not. There were some differences.
One important thing about the no turbo, that's only applied to the previous version of the game, because the matching was insanely strong. Here is nerfed, so right now on the current version of the game it not exist anymore, the turbo or not turbo. I don't have time to change it because the update was 1 week ago. So we discovered 1 week ago that all of the matching strats are useless. Some of one is still working, but of course their nerf is obviously on this patch. Copen received a lot of nerf.
As recent as a week ago, wow. That's a bit of a game changer. We're our first boss now, and it goes like a typical sort of Mega Man style boss. They have 3 life bars, and their pattern changes each time they go down a bar. And once they get down to their 3rd life bar, the red one, they will use... Oh, brilliant. Well, he's skipping it, but typically what happens is they will activate their special skill, which is usually a screen-wide attack that where you kind of have to just go on the defensive and focus on dodging so you don't die. But what Benja did just there is right before he reached the last life bar, he activated his own special skill, which skipped the transition and went straight, and took a massive chunk out of the last bar. Basically, and the game basically just forgets to do the DM, and he then just continues to to finish them off. It saves a lot of time because every single time we get a DM, you get a transition with one of those cutaways that you saw for Copen's own skill there, and yeah, it can take a lot of time. On that note, the version of this game being played is it's Japanese audio with Japanese text, because anytime we do get those DM transitions, with those settings it takes the least amount of time to complete. So, infamous English versus Japanese speedrun differences.
Yeah, for some reason the game needs to give you enough time to read the DM ability. So even if you're playing like in Japanese audio but with English text, the game is still giving enough time to the player reading the text. But of course, on Japanese it's less time than the usual. That's why we're playing all in Japanese. This is not like affect for the cutscene, because here we don't have any of them. So that's why we're playing right now all in Japanese. Okay, so for the side stage, this is pretty much a movement section, and this is why we're having the Hail EX ability. Of course, the main reason is that's the weakness of this stage, but we can right now play more safe this stage and also more faster than the usual.
It's the classic time freeze move from various Mega Man titles. You're using it. You slow down time around you by a set speed, and this enables you to exploit the openings of enemies as well as manipulate the cycles of events that are happening in the stage, such as moving obstacles and such as the lava and the rocks there. So yeah, it's a pretty useful weapon to have for this stage. And on the hard difficulty, where all of the boss weaknesses are reshuffled, this weapon happens to be the weakness of the boss of this stage, so it works out pretty neatly.
Yeah, originally we'll start the game with only 2 bosses available, and of course this is the second boss of the game. So that's why we're gonna play with a different weakness from the usual. Okay, this is the bad RNG, the DP move.
God.
Okay, this is really risky fight right now. I don't have enough HP.
It's a lot of damage boosting that takes place in these strats, and yeah, we're on a bit of the low side. Okay. As the time freeze is active, much like say for example using the time stopper versus Quickman in Mega Man 2, it causes constant damage over time to this boss. All right. Skip DM. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Nice. Well done. It's a good save.
Yeah. This category is more harder than it looks. One bad RNG that cuts a lot of time here.
On the subject of damage boosting, because you're seeing it a lot. Taking damage from enemy in order to pass through them and just skip obstacles. We don't have all that much HP, but there's a number of checkpoints scattered around the stage, and each time you touch a checkpoint, it fully restores your health. In normal gameplay, the downsides of this is that your current kudos count is locked in for your final score and then reset to 0. So using the checkpoints cuts down your combo counter essentially, and has a negative impact on your rank at the end. But we don't care about that right now. Because
we're not
worried about
score runners.
No, rank is not conducive to going fast in this particular game. This is a mob room. Benja just destroyed the alarm system there, which automatically skips the encounter, so we can just move straight on past that. You just got a sort of a winding series of platforms on rails. There's a whole lot of stage
here. We're gonna skip
but...
a lot of the stage. The regional path was really, really awful, and you need a lot of growth cycles. But of course, with that jam, it's like, okay, that's it. We're done.
Yep. All right. Is this? Yeah, no. This is part 2. Something else is worth noting as well, because it's... no, go ahead, Benja.
This time we're gonna use a lot of the time freeze. As you can see, we can manipulate this stage a lot, and it's really useful because we have these mines, for example. We're not really want to take some damage.
Oh, remember, the second you touch those rays.
We don't have any heal possible ability. The only heal stuff is the checkpoints, and of course, we don't have any level up options. So it's really risky taking that mine, and of course that mine hits around 1 of your 3 parts of your HP, so it's like, okay, you're dead instantly.
Boss here, he starts out in the giant mech, and you just do screen-filling firepower the whole time. So the first 2 life bars is just destroying the mech, and then you just have this tiny dude with a knife. A very cool boss, in my opinion.
Yeah, but this is the cooler part. We're gonna skip the DM, so originally the mech is gonna destroy, but right now the boss is gonna steal on the mech.
Oh wow!
Okay, what happened? What happened? Okay, thank you. I just missed one input, and then the boss is gonna steal on the mech. He's dying right now, explode, everything else, but the sprite is still there. Even the chart.
Wow, the game really didn't account for that, did it? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's we'll get to see him later, because we get a different version of his fight in the refights. Because as this is a Mega Man game in spirit, there is of course a boss rush in the end game.
And now this stage have the most difficult boss fight on the game, and the reason it's the most difficult is because as you can see, I did 3 times the DM skip, but this one is different because this boss is invincible against that strat, so we need to do other stuff to perform the DM skip, and need to like do a frame by frame damage. So it's mostly difficult, this one. You can save a lot of time though. You're saving around 20 seconds if you're doing that, and if you miss, you're losing 15. So that's why this is the most difficult stage in the game.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's you have a number of damage stacking options at this point, and one of those happens to be his weakness. This stage is the environment of this stage is space, and so the environment is low gravity. So jumping and falling is a lot slower and floatier. The closest we got to water physics in this particular game. On the subject of mobility, because this will be coming up fairly soon, you'll notice that at will, Benja can choose to hover and slow his descent, and he can cancel that at any time. Automatically, he will hover at the end of the air dash. That's one of the things that that kind of puts a cap on the amount of speed we're able to build up. But we'll have a weapon in, I think, the next stage or 2 that will drastically improve that. So here he is, this is Ace. Okay, that's 1 life bar gone. It's just time freeze, and then stack the Gatling gun and the charged fireballs. That gets a lot of damage in.
But yeah, you're right. We're giving us enough time to recover my Gatling.
Right.
Okay, you're done.
All right. So here we go. This is our first boss DM.
Oh no, I messed it up. I messed it up a little bit early. No, we're gonna lose some time here. Yeah, it's more difficult than it looks. It's really difficult. Maybe on the boss right, so I'm gonna try again.
Staggering his hover there, just get enough float over those. All right. Yep. That's dodge. It's also every single time he...
Oh, thank you.
Oh, whew.
This
Every
boss
time...
is actually pretty dangerous one.
Oh no, he's
possible to
intense.
die
He's one of the toughest bosses in the series, just because of yeah. Every single time he dashes and teleports, Copen loses his lock on, which means we have to dash into him and lock on again, and that adds an extra element of risk on top of everything else that Benja just described.
Yeah, and sometimes when this boss throws the shuriken is actually a solid object, so we're losing some damage on that part.
All right.
So now this is the Mega Man X4 reference, like with the web spider stage.
X4 and 04 actually, because we have the jungle
both.
and the waterfalls, but we've also got the vine tunnels as well. Yeah, that's straight out of 04.
We did it. Thank you. The Megiddo Gazer ability have more range than it looks, and sometimes if you're doing correctly, you can destroy everything else here. So that's why
here's
this
a
is
nice
really
one.
good. I'm gonna put this.
Just waste that entire corridor and takes out the the end flag at the right at the end of the stage all in one go. It's really nice.
And this is the sad part because we're doing other stuff on normal mode. Here we're gonna play Vespa. Vespa is one of the most favorite boss fights in the game because she's really easy. Even normal or hard mode, she's always gonna be destroyed. This is the most easier boss in the game.
Or Vespa.
For Vespa.
Well, I mean, it's almost deliberate because I mean, she has the best movement tool in the game. It's almost like they did that on purpose. It's like, yeah, no, fight her first.
Yeah, I think we really want to fight her first and then destroy everything else. But of course, we're not fighting her first here because we really want the Ace ability to do the DM skip without the ability we're usually normally use here.
Well, the normal playthrough, as Benja said earlier, you only start with 2 stages, and the 2 stages are the volcano with Dayside and the jungle with Vespa, and beating them unlocks the other 4. The reason why we have access to all of them is this is hard mode. To get to hard mode, you have to. It's effectively you play through the normal story, then you collect all of the collectible item in the game. And then trigger a certain event. That unlocks hard mode. And what we're doing now, effectively, is we are climbing the tower again and refighting everything. So they just so they simplify it by just giving us access to everything all at once. But the catch is that they've reshuffled all the boss weaknesses. Anyway, that's
why this boss is really, really fast. Of course, the second part was bad RNG because we really don't want to use the time freeze. But this is fine though. On a normal mode, you're using the Luminous Avenger X first skill, and she's not doing everything. She's like the Spark Mandrill of this game.
God, poor Spark Mandrill. The irony is that he's actually a ridiculously hard boss without his weakness. But well. Anyway, so now you can see. So Vespa's weapon is this. It's this helicopter move, which basically functions as an uppercut. It allows him to move upwards, it allows him to attack upwards, but also he can air dash out of it immediately. And what's more is that whenever he is doing his normal grounded combo, he can cancel that by using the Whirling Chopper. So this enables him to instantly cancel his other attacks into an air dash, and this is amazing for his movement. And on top of that, we have these light catapults, which were just firing us through the stage. And yep, so just.
And this is why we're using this ability here, because that's the weakness of the next boss, and this is the most annoying one. This is not difficult, this is annoying. This is like, remember the intro boss stage? Right now we have the supreme intro boss stage. He has every single ability.
His gimmick is that he is you from the original game, and like you, he can collect the weapons of other bosses. He has his own version of each of the boss's attacks that you've defeated so far.
Thank you.
Remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. But right now, I really want to know the next move because I'm really low HP. So next move. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're done. You're done.
Fine. It's fine. There we go. Whew.
Yeah, and this boss, particularly this one, deal more damage than the other ones, so that's all the time risky. Sometimes this boss is like, okay, you're here, you're done. First move, okay, I win immediately. That's why Epsilon is actually really dangerous one on any category.
It's a long question mark. So now we're on so the larger stage. This is Autochrome stage. He is the brother robot of Vespa, and in hard mode, her weapon is his weakness. So this is why we saved him for last. And yeah, that's coming up on all 6 of them. So we'll make.
Yeah, there are 6.
Yeah. As you can see, Benja's is just sailing through the place now that he has this option, because he's able to just cancel his dashes without having to waste time hovering and cancelling. Mini boss here. One of these 6 has an eye on it.
Unskippable. There you go. We don't have any way to skip this boss right now, so that's actually pretty sad because this is a really long one.
The only thing to do is just in every set you have to kill the one with the eye. It's a lot like some of the devil fights in the later Mega Man games. And it's annoying. There we go.
Where's the last one? Okay, here. There wasn't a glitch before on the previous version. If you're pressing start in the exact frame the boss start, you sometimes mess up with the doors and make them disappear. But of course you have the problem that this boss have 2 walls, so you can escape anyway. That's why that boss was never skipped before. Okay, that's the second part. This is kind of fun because some runners are faster here without overdrive, and other ones was slower without overdrive. So this is like, okay, this is your choice.
Again, overdrive, essentially gives him infinite air dashes on a timer, which resets every time he hits a wall or touches the ground. And but Benja's just going through with 1 air dash and the helicopter, and just routing it correctly so that he gets his air dash back at good time. And he made great time on that second section. Just flew through it. All right, here's Autochrome, my personal favorite boss design.
Okay, tell me your RNG. Tell me which one. Okay, this is a really bad one. Like all the time. Oh, I'm dead. Like as usual, this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you have this.
What's really treacherous about this game is that when Copen takes damage, he doesn't flash white like you normally would in one of these games. He becomes completely transparent, which makes him invisible against the background, and thus you cannot see where you're moving him. So many people, myself included, have fallen into this pit purely because we couldn't see our own character.
Yeah.
So such a strange choice that.
Yeah, this boss is always funny with that part.
Oh god.
The only part I made it correctly is just in normal mode, because the overdrive saves me to that part. But yeah, one death. Okay, that's possible. It's still a good time.
That is yeah, that's the main stage is out of the way, so now we are on the intermission into the end game.
Okay, now it's time to reference a lot of Mega Man games. A lot. For example,
Oh, yeah.
we're watching before Mega Man X6. We have right now the lava here.
Oh yeah.
So that's the first reference.
Indie Creates are big Mega Man fans, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. This is like, I think this is for 04, like these kind of puzzles. Like with the enemies, with a lot
Sort
of
of.
movement stuff. Sort of.
Yeah. The tilting platforms, they're from 03 for sure. And then with the big rails, that's a stage from 04. The light catapults are from Gunvolt 1. But
Yeah, number one.
favorite stage.
So we have a lot of reference here. Oh, okay, this is the battle engine.
And this guy again, the plant boss in the space elevator for some reason. You live your truth, buddy.
No, I need
Yeah,
to
this
look.
is-
I need to look safe.
It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, the main problem here is this boss have a shield. And of course, if you're enough faster to beat that boss, the shield was recovered all the time. So you need to beat it really fast. So again, X6. But of course, we have the Vespa ability, so we're gonna really fast in that part.
Not good at that. You still have the time freeze, so you can slow that down if you want to take your time and just.
And now this is my favorite reference to this game.
Oh,
We got
this
the
is
02 boss.
It's 02, but it's so much more than that. I love this boss fight
Oh
so
no,
much.
this is a really bad RNG. You're gonna be in the
Uh-oh.
middle. Oh my god.
All right. So we got the sibling robots fighting, double teaming you, and Mega Man 02 did a similar thing with a pair of Beetle Brother Reploids, and so just wait for it. I popped off so hard when this happened. Okay.
Okay, this is actually
Yeah.
pretty bad. I don't have enough ammo, so I need to kill Autogram right now. He's gonna be here. Okay, thank you. Now it's time for the last part.
Are there any Geigar fans in the chat?
This is the best part. The
I
fight.
love
The
this
best
so
part.
much. I can just
Because
use Monochrome's
we're
weapon
watching
just to
Gunvolt
shield
games,
himself.
we never expect this kind of stuff. Never.
Well, this is the first time where they had robots instead of people with psychic abilities, so... Okay,
Finally, I
one
got
down.
RNG. Finally. Thank you. So the fight is over. And now it's time,
And-
of course, to finish the 02 reference.
You know, which I'm sure a lot of people got killed by it right at the very end and instantly assumed the game was terrible. But nah, like, having a boss that can kill you after you've beaten it is a thing that they do sometimes. Just gotta be on your toes. All right.
Well, now it's time to suffer part 2.
So
Ooh, good
This is
RNG,
now-
good RNG, good RNG.
this,
My one.
this is Ipsilon with every boss ability. Okay.
Okay, finally, good.
DM skip.
DM skip, and now he's gonna use the Ace ability, I think. Or maybe the Wind. Yeah, Ace.
Ace.
Nice. Really good fight.
Nicely done.
Whew.
Isn't that
For
when they
some
give you a stage
reason,
that's just a boss
even
fight?
with a lot of damage boost in the game, always giving you the X rank. We don't know why.
I mean, it's just because the whole stage is just a fight. So, all right, and this is the penultimate stage. This is the rest of the boss rush. So, 2 bosses
Again?
are already down. Because of Vestchrome, 2 bosses are already down. So we just got the last 4 on this stage.
Oh, please. Okay, we have our good setup here.
A lot of damage stacking.
Oh no, I messed it up this time. I messed it up this time. We're gonna lose some time.
Unfortunate.
I did a little bit later than usual. Okay, but don't worry, I have a backup to do here. We're gonna get here. And the first time we're gonna want to make it laser. So we're gonna wait here. We're gonna climb. We're gonna fill. And we're gonna match it.
Nicely done.
This is a really good way to do this backup. On normal mode, this is not even necessary because the best ability destroying this guy.
That's right. Yeah, it's his weakness in normal mode. Yeah, that's an example of how much time you can lose if they get their super off.
And now our favorite boss fight. Why this boss needs to exist? Everyone's Kale. Everyone's hate her.
Because Toshiaki Tai directed the game and he likes bullet hell.
Okay, but this time we'll say the DM skip, so don't worry.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, that should be it. Oof.
Okay,
there we go.
That's fine. Oh, of course, that's the first time we're watching the element ability, so you can get freeze here.
That's right. Is that? I can't remember. Is that a thing they do on normal?
Yeah, on normal, but the same. Okay, good RNG. We're gonna try again.
Oh boy, 8 again.
No, you're not gonna skip this time. 3, 2, 3, matching. Recover resources. Picture again. He's gonna try to jump. Explosion. Give me the possibility. Okay. We're gonna. Okay, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Maybe it's not, but for a little HP, maybe it's not.
I think it'll kill him, but we got pretty close. Oh! Oh!
I knew it was a little one.
In your arrogance.
That's why this boss is actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit.
He's hard in general, but you know, he's just a speedrunner's nightmare.
Yeah, this is a speedrunner's nightmare. All the time. Whew. But it's still a good fight. Right now, this is the last one.
We get to see the part of the fight we missed the last time because he doesn't. Brigade here does not have a mech anymore because we should have destroyed it in theory. The game forgot, but so now he's just got a knife. But he goes in. Look at him.
But this is the problem, because right now he has this kind of RNG.
Yeah, he is a bit random.
Why you can do the wall jump like this? Okay, I'll take it. No.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Okay.
That was close.
No.
All right, and now we have the rest of the time on the timer just to get to the end of the stage, but it's not.
Yeah, we need to escape right now.
Yeah, he's a sore loser. He decided, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna blow this whole place down. It's a cool fight. I actually really like how his dynamic.
Okay.
Yeah, I fell into a bottomless pit. What of it? Okay.
Okay, now it's time for the last part of the run, and this is the most exciting part of the run.
Yeah, so this is the mother computer, the AI that runs this whole tower we've been climbing, and it's yeah, the story in this game is a trip, but yeah. Just
So
a
Mike,
little
it's your
bit of a
time.
transition.
I'm not gonna comment anything here. I really want to stay
This is-
focused.
Oh no, this is serious time now. Okay. So the boss here starts with a barrier, and which is immune to your basic weapon. So you have to break it with a special weapon first in order to be able to lock onto her and get the damage we need. And she uses a whole bunch of attacks from a previous game in the series. Okay, we're at the DM already. This character is actually the girl's sidekick possessed by the mother computer, because of course she is. Just gonna. Okay, that was nice. Right, last part. The gimmick here is you have to take her out and then damage the core on the other screen there until it's dead. And we have a limited amount of time to do in order to do that damage. Every single time that time elapses, we go back to that phase. So there's a lot of cycles in this fight. The Benja's just trying to stack as much damage as he can with the razor wheel and the Gatling. If that character looks familiar, it's because you're right. Again, this game's story is an acid trip. The boss theme is amazing, though. Okay. Solid damage. Just gotta lose a lot of time and take a lot of damage from those orbs. And this boss hits like a truck. So we don't have any way of healing.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot here.
Frost Walrus is attacked from X4 for some reason. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, all right. This is one touch and we're dead.
Oof.
You're down to the last life bar now. Just using the skill menu to buffer a little bit and make sure he avoids that attack. Okay.
No, we're gonna wait a little bit. I don't want to die. No, we're gonna play safe here. I don't really want to die.
I think that's the correct choice. All right.
On time.
Fine.
Ooh. Hey, that's a PV. Let's go. Ooh.
That was a really tense last fight. Like I mean, I
that was
I
really
played
tense.
I played through this game earlier again today just to familiarize myself with the game and the route, and I died so many times to that boss, and Benja made it look so easy.
No, it's really hard.
Oh
It's
my
really
God.
hard all the time because all the oranges are like the same oranges. Like the wind one, you don't have any specific pattern to do that. The ice to the fire and the electric one wasn't specific, even on the laser. But the other ones are all orangey, and you have a way to skip one cycle. But of course, it's really, really hard, and it's not useful because you're gonna lose some time. Only works on normal, not in hard. And the worst part of this is on the last part I did the normal fight. I can use my master skill, but of course if I mess her up a little bit, I can receive double damage on the last sphere ability. So this is like a double damage on hard mode is instantly dead. because the last part, the last damage, only one spear just count one of the two part of your HP, so double hit is instantly dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. And this is the reward.
Oh yeah, that's
this
right.
Is why you play a lot. Because you really
This
want
is
to watch
the-
this.
Yeah, the true ending is locked behind completing the hard difficulty, and yeah, it sets up something. I don't know. Inti's like, to give you an idea of how the plot of this game started. Copen was a DLC character in Blaster Master Zero 2, and that is somehow canon because that is how he fell through a wormhole into a world full of robots, and I'm so tired, man.
Yeah. I don't know if
It's-
we have enough time to show all the DLC boss fights. I don't know.
That's
If
right.
someone
There are
of
five.
of the marathon, we have enough time to join this.
Yeah.
I
long are
really
we
want to
talking?
know.
How long are we talking, Benja? Like how-
Maybe 10 minutes, maybe less. So I don't know.
Just give me 1 second. I'll say no this time.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Fair enough.
Or maybe we have only choice one.
you can choose one. We'll let you have one. Your favorite
okay.
one.
Who's your favorite, Benja?
No. I know what Mike doing all the commentary, so you choose, man. You have to choose.
Me? Oh God! Wow. Okay, let's think. I'm stuck between Jason or Corona. Let me think. I want to see Jason. Let's do Jason.
Yeah. Okay, Jason.
All right.
I'm gonna try
This is the-
Jason without any exoability. And we're gonna do, you know what? We're gonna do really try hard. We're gonna have one try to do this, like with the normal matching.
You know how I was saying that Copen was a DLC character in Blaster Master Zero 2? Well, here's the player character from Blaster Master Zero as a DLC boss. That game was also developed by Intercreates. And yeah, they added this guy and 4 other bosses, including 2 guest characters from other games as DLC. And
You know what?
and
We're gonna try again. We're gonna try again.
we're gonna play again.
We're
Okay.
gonna play normal. Okay.
Fair enough. All right.
So this is why we have Jason here, because Copen was a DLC on his game. And of course that's part of the
Basically-
lore of the game. We don't know why really wants to do this.
It's
But of course was really hyped when we discovered that's a part of the lore of the game.
yeah, no, I mean, bearing in mind that Azure Striker Gunvolt is canonically in the same universe as Galgun, like, I just kind of learned not to question it at this point. Like,
Oh,
not
you
a
know
word
what?
of a lie.
We're gonna play normal. We're gonna play normal, like with matching, with all the stuff. Okay, we're gonna start with this.
Alright. No messing around, let's go.
Okay, normal matching right now, because this part I need to do the timing. Thank you. We're gonna wait his move. Okay, right now he has the counter chill. The counter chill is actually one of the most annoying skills of his move set.
It's amazing when you're playing as him, though.
Okay, thank you. And now this is the best part. We have Fred here.
Yo, Fred.
That's the true
Wormholes.
pet of Integrate. That's the true pet.
Yeah. Whoa, okay.
Here. Thank you. So we're gonna wait a little more. Okay, you can hit me. I don't have any problem with that. And now this is the best part of the fight. Because we have this.
That's right! I forgot about this.
So we need to break immediately. Because it's really annoying. He's gonna recover HP. Maybe I'm gonna die here.
So turn, yeah, like, he has his own BS.
You know what? I really
revival
want to
mechanic.
dodge him a little bit before finish this fight. Come here, come here, come here. Thank you. And that's it. Of course, you have two ways to finish this fight. If you're using your your razor wheel, his helmet is off, and you're watching the Jason face.
That's a nice little detail.
Awesome.
So that's Gunvolt
thank you
Chronicles
so much for the run.
X2. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to show this game on this event.
No, really appreciate it. You showing off the run, doing the commentary, and taking part in the event. So thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for having me. Go kick cancer in the balls, everyone.
Let's go. And
Alrighty.
remember, Gunvolt 3 is really, really close to this day. John, we're gonna finally play the third part of the game. We're waiting 6 years to this, so this is really excited. So thanks everyone for watching and enjoy the rest of the marathon. See ya!
See you guys.
Thank you, guys. We did have a donation. Stahl Bolson, SC2, donated $10, said, thanks for having me. I hope everyone had a good time. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thank you so much for the donation. And with that, we are going to go to a brief intermission. And don't go anywhere because we're going to be right back with some Monster Hunter World.